Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. I'm your host, Mike Luke, joined by Jason Scheer. It is cloudy outside, but it is sunny inside my mind right now. Jason Scheer, we have very, very good news that broke about an hour ago. Trey Townsend has committed to the University of Arizona. You did not like Trey Townsend initially. You now like Trey Townsend. Sure, we are all on board the Trey Townsend wagon. This is very true.
Yeah. It's a matter of I thought there would be better power forwards in the portal. There really never were that
Come
many
on,
better.
you need to put that part in there.
Right. But I think Townsend's fine. I think a couple things are negatives with him are being a little bit overstated by some people. And clearly playing for Tommy Lloyd makes you a better offensive player. So let's roll it out. Let's see what happens.
Now, there's some slander going on about me on the chat right here that we will address immediately. I do not care if Trey Townsend shoots a couple threes a game. I am totally okay with that. I like Trey Townsend because he can do other things. He is a better player than Javier Amos or whatever the guy's name.
Javier?
What's his name?
Xavier. Javier.
Javier Amos. I turned him into a middle reliever for the Mets. But he is a better player. He is a better player. He can get his. Arizona needs people that can get theirs. He can get his. And sure, people will be like, well, he didn't. It took him 17 shots to get his 24 points. I do not care. Under Tommy Lloyd, he will be more efficient. He has the capability of doing that. Javier Amos. I can't believe I said that. Xavier Amos could not do that. Yes. Scheer, this is good news for Arizona. We are very excited. And the Spacers out there are crying a tear, and I am laughing at the Spacers.
Yeah, I mean, the guy could clearly go get buckets, right? Like we saw it on TV, and the efficiency may not be there all the time, but he still wants to go score. Like he's not going to disappear and be like, where's Trey Townsend? Like he wants to go get a bucket. That's more important than people think, because I still go back to the Princeton game. There was no one on that team that wanted to get a bucket. Against Clemson, Caleb Love and Jaden Bradley wanted to get buckets. It was just that Caleb's weren't going in. If I think this is even a better addition if Caleb doesn't come back, because I think you see that they have that guy that wants to go get a bucket like Townsend. If Caleb does come back, all of a sudden you have multiple guys in the lineup that can score. I don't have a problem with it. I worry about a couple things with him, but it's not to the point where I'm like, oh, crap, Arizona's screwed.
I have no problem, again, with him shooting a couple threes. That is fine, but I am not taking a player that is half of the quality of him because he will take one more three per game. No, Shoe, go away. We will not have any of that. Now, I also believe, too, that he is going to be more efficient under Tommy Lloyd because, again, Tommy Lloyd has shown that. Caleb Love became more efficient under the Tommy gun. Keyshawn Johnson showed that he could shoot a couple threes under the Tommy gun. Tommy gun knows what he's doing offensively. And the other underrated part about this, too, is you're losing Oumar Ballo, leader of men. And the big part about losing Oumar Ballo, leader of men, is all the rebounds that he gets. Now, you bring in Trey Townsend, who is a big-time rebounder, and you put him next to Mount Crevis. That also solves another problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's with Townsend, the only thing I worry about is defense. That's literally the only thing. I think he'll be fine rebounding.
You're not worried about the spacing.
Not really. I think he'll be fine scoring. His defense bothers me. Only two reasons. One, I've never seen him guard man-to-man. They played a 95% zone. It's interesting. Maybe he is a good defender. I don't know. I think that part is curious, but they're going to have some depth in the front court. They've landed their starter. Now they're going to kind of shift to Tobe and put the full court press on him. And I think we're at a point where we did this last year and Tommy Lloyd proved a lot of people wrong. We're doing it again this year. And Tommy Lloyd's going to prove a lot of people wrong. And it's the way it's going to be.
I just remember, by the way, I love Erica and Kobe in these comments about how they spent the entire time going at each other. It is very, very, very funny. All right. But I also like, though, look at what Tommy Lloyd did last year. A lot of people were worried about Jaden Bradley. He can't shoot. A lot of people were worried about Caleb Love. Well, he's just not good. They turned out okay for Arizona. You got to trust Tommy Lloyd with this. Now, when it comes to internationals, I totally get it if you want to be a little bit skeptical of these. But domestic, as far as transfer portal guys, there hasn't really been somebody that he struck out on. Even Sed Henderson was was a decent player. Ramey was okay. Nobody that he's brought in has sucked, Jason Scheer. This is true, unless I'm forgetting somebody.
I don't think so. There's been guys that maybe didn't meet the hype. I think Ramey didn't necessarily meet the expectations, but even like Justin Kier was fine. Like he wasn't outstanding, but he did what Arizona needed him to do.
Right. For sure. So again, I think that he's got, and also another thing about Trey Townsend that I like a great deal. He has some pretty nice assist numbers in certain games. He's clearly a cerebral player. You look up and down his stat, there's a lot of 4 assist games, 5 assist games, 4 assist games, a couple 6 assist games in there. I like him a great deal, Jason Scheer. We are going to embrace Trey Townsend. We are going to back the Trey on this show.
Look at you. By the way, KJ Lewis, first comment on Townsend's commitment that says, let's get it.
We are going to get
that. That doesn't sound like a guy that's stuck on leaving.
Yes, we are going to get to this. We're going to get to this in a minute. But either way, this is good news for Arizona. Now, let's talk a little bit more about possible other big men. Tobe Awaka. Tobe Awaka would fit in nice here as well. Now, again, the Spacers would not like him because he's not going to shoot a bunch of threes, but I would still like him even though the Spacers would not.
Yeah, I like Tobe. If you want to do the fake stat, which I hate, the per 40, but it's one of the stats we can use because it helps us. His per 40 rebound numbers would be unreal.
Right.
Like he is a very good rebounder. He's a 5-man in my opinion. He adds depth that is ready. Emmanuel Steven, I think, has a bright future. I do not believe, and you're on the same page as me, he is ready to play considerably as a freshman. Tobe would come in, be able to defend right away. Really good rebounder, duck and seal type of guy. It's Arizona. What's funny is by getting Trey Townsend, Arizona probably added Ohio State as competition for Tobe because I assume that Ohio State will try to get in on that now.
Here's what I got with Awaka, though. By the way, I love the name Tobe Awaka. That is an amazing name. Tobe Awaka, here's what I tell him. Listen, and again, this will probably go against the Vasar thing. I do not care. I will believe that Henry's good when I see it. I would love to be wrong on Henry, though. Again, we could do a whole my bad Henry thing, and I would be very proud to be part of that movement. But here's what I say to him. Man, listen, you got all the backup minutes behind Mount Crevis and Trey Townsend. That's what I would do. Jason Scheer.
Yeah. Yeah. And Awaka, he's going to be, look, they believe the coaching staff being that Henry will be a part of the rotation, but let's just assume he's not. You have Crevis, you have Townsend, you're going to get Carter in at the 4 a little bit. And now, you would have Tobe. There's plenty of minutes to go around.
All right, now we're going to talk about these minutes, but we're going to talk about KJ Lewis as well. No, I don't want Kirk Kriisa back. I do not want Kirk Kriisa back. I told Scheer the other day that I do not want Kirk Kriisa back. He's here in Tucson. I told Erica Day to go tell him to shoo. Jason Scheer, we have nothing to worry about here.
Guys, he's not visiting already. He's probably hanging out with Pella. Probably went to a couple bars and shot some basketball. He's not coming to Arizona.
All right. We do not need to worry about this. Which my bad movement was the most drastic change? Oh, Gunner by a mile. The other ones I was wrong on. Gunner wasn't.
Jacob just banned someone from the chat?
Yeah, I banned Greenwald T.
You, Jacob. No one messes with Jacob Franklin.
Dude, Jacob Franklin is joining us later in the show for about 4 or 5 minutes. We are going to make fun of ASU and something. By the way, Dilly followed me on Twitter today.
I hate that Dilly's likable. I'd prefer that he not be likable.
Dude, Dilly's the man. Like I said, some guy on Twitter who I appreciate was saying that he said Dilly sucks or whatever. And I said, no, I hope he loses every game, but he is still a good dude. You know what wins everything in life? What wins absolutely everything in life is Circle K. Listen, So I'm going home yesterday, and I got a bag of chips from Circle K, and they were scrumptious. Very, very good chips. Have you had these chips?
I haven't, but I need to get them apparently.
Yeah, no, they're very, very good. Jacob Franklin, have you had these chips? They're quite scrumptious. By the way, scrumptious is a great word.
It is a great word.
Yes. Okay. But either way, be part of the Inner Circle. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. And the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Scheer, let me see the wave. Let me see the wave. Come on. There we go. That is good. That is sexy. Very, very good. The Gila River Resorts and Casinos, my friends. All right, check it out. Here's the deal with the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. It's a fun, immersive experience. We've got a lot of people to go there. Erica Day is a very much of a socialite, very popular in the city, very cool. We like Erica Day a great deal. She's the kind of person that you might see at the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Go check it out. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit play@gila.com for more details. Maybe you'll run into Erica Day. All right. The Kerr slander. Here's where I'm at with the Kerr slander.
Why are we still talking about Kirk Creason?
Only reason I don't like him for this reason. The main reason why is because he would talk I have no problem with guys talking during games. None. But he ran his mouth all game, and at the end of the game, he'd be 3 of 14. Go away. I did not like that. But no.
Mike doesn't like internet. I got you, Mike. Mike doesn't like international basketball players.
That is not true. That is very, very not true. How about
Philly
B?
Name one. Name one.
Philly B.
Oh, come on. Philly B.
Philly B doesn't count?
Where's he going? We need to find out.
Philly B? No, Philly B is clearly international.
Yeah, he's still on campus drinking and having fun.
Oh, I saw Philly B. By the way,
he's all over.
By the way, Philly B, dude, it's funny. I has a girlfriend in Canada. Mike is all right. Look at all this slander coming in here. I do not like it. All right. Arizona, now KJ Lewis. Let's talk about KJ Lewis here for a second. Putting out, Ballo, Umar Ballo, leader of men. How about that, Scheer? How about that? Umar Ballo, leader of men.
That's fair. I give you Umar. That's fair.
Let's see. We need Umar Ballo, leader of men, and Mount Crevis. I like Mount Crevis as well.
We'll see. You'll turn on him.
Mount Crevis?
You'll turn on him.
I will not turn on him. Did I ever turn on Philly B?
Yes. You pretended like he was good, and then you changed it to liking him as a person.
I love Philly B as a person. Okay. Oh, Ben Mather, international as well.
That doesn't count.
How does it not count?
That doesn't count.
How does it not
Mike
count?
hated Tubelis, by the way.
How does Ben Mathurin not count?
It doesn't count.
How does it not
count?
Did
you like Tubelis? Tell everyone you didn't like Tubelis.
No, I didn't like him in crunch time.
See? There you go.
All right, but again, no, I was wrong on Umar Ballo, leader of men, but I liked Umar Ballo, leader of men. Mike doesn't get credit. He thought he was a Gene Edgerson clone. I did, but I was wrong. I like Umar Ballo, leader of men. Okay, now. Oh, a super snap. For you, Mike, we need to show your boss that Air Tucson does care about PHNX and its get-togethers. Yes, we have those at the Tap and Bottle watch parties, and they're always very, very, they're pretty well packed. We would love to see you all down there. So again, check it out, the Tap and Bottle watch parties. Thank you for the super snap, by the way. All right, now, KJ Lewis. I'm going to ask you this right now, Jason Scheer. Right now. Okay. Arizona, here's a starting lineup for you. You've got Jaden Bradley. You've got Caleb Love. You've got KJ Lewis. You've got Trey Townsend. You've got Mount Crevis. Top 10 starting lineup in the country, period, point blank. We agree with this?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, guy just said, Larry Markkinen. I like Lowry too. Lowry was good. Okay. So, Scheer, you've been bombarded with all of this. So,
all right. I'm going to switch it then. Do you want Tommy Lloyd to continue to recruit international players?
1 or 2, I'm fine with.
Oh, you're full of it.
I'm fine with 1 a class. What's wrong with that?
Okay. All right.
You even agree with me, dude.
I don't see color, race.
I didn't say anything. I just see international.
I don't see anything. I just see goodness in people.
1 or 2 is fine. I'm totally okay with that. I can't have 4 or whatever it is. Now that's
Short Bus spreading major rumors right now.
major rumors. Erica Day wishes. I am not good enough for Erica Day, though. This is very true, very true. Erica Day is up here on the totem pole. I am down here on the totem pole. Erica is very, very good. All right, now 1 to 2 internationals is ideal. I'm fine with that. But now let's talk about the backups. Let's talk about the reserves. So here's what we got. We got that starting lineup. Probably we're going to go under the premise that is the starting lineup. Is that fair, Jason Scheer, that we're going to go under that premise? Okay. Yeah. Let's see what Mr. Tyler Warden says, by the way. Let's see here. The great Mr. Tyler Warden. What I love about this roster construction right now is the ability to score from all levels. Backcourt 3, guards driving, Townsend stretching court, front court posting up, versatility we need. I like all of this.
Look at you. Look at you.
Okay. Now
it's amazing what 24 hours can do. Yesterday, Arizona couldn't get a basketball commit, couldn't get a football commit. Boom. By 10 a.m., they have both.
Mm-hmm. Now, Tobe Awaka. If Arizona was to get Tobe Awaka, everybody's asking, what does that mean for Henry?
Competition.
I mean,
realistically, what does it mean? Toby's better than Henry. But good. Like,
that's good.
They think Henry is going to contribute, but if he doesn't, you have someone, and either way, you have competition. Competition is good.
Competition is good for everybody. So again, that is Marcelo Martinez. That's who we're talking about right now. Do we want the former Kansas recruit? I would take him, but he's not coming here. Feline is going to Auburn, correct?
Like Feline.
No, that's the LeBaron Feline kid.
LeBaron Falone, I think. He's not Feline. Right. I believe he's going to Auburn. I don't know why would you take him? He's a point guard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he wants to be a backup.
He doesn't. That's why he's transferring from Kansas.
Oh, he doesn't. All right. Well, he didn't know that he was going to be a backup when he came there.
They recruited over him. Bill Self has added like 19 guards to the portal.
See, why can't we just lie to him and say it's an open competition?
Well, that's what Kansas did. And
yeah, all right. Well, either way, you're not going to get Feline. But Tobe Awaka, I am totally cool with. And again, if that means that Henry doesn't play, so be it. More than okay with that. Now, and the wings, and this is where it gets interesting. We're going to go under the assumption that Joson Sainon is not here until 2025. Is this okay, Jason Scheer, with you? Will you sign on to this?
For now, I don't. I think he's very likely to be 2024, but if he wants us to consider him 2025, that's what we'll do.
That's what we're going to do for the sake of argument. But so let's just say that he's not on the roster. Then you've got Carter Bryant, who is going to play. Carter Bryant, I think, is probably going to play 13 to 16 minutes per game. How about that? You agree with that, Scheer?
Yeah, I bet.
All right. Now, so you got that. And Jamari Phillips now becomes a little bit interesting because there's a hole there at that shooting guard spot, that scoring guard spot, Jason Scheer. I would be very intrigued by Jamari Phillips coming in here. I know he was on campus this weekend, getting his physical, getting poked and prodded and everything. And so there's a real opportunity there, Scheer.
If Sutton doesn't come, I think you still have to add another guard. So I would be curious to see what Arizona adds in that scenario. But yeah, I mean, Jamari's going to have a chance, and probably a better chance than if Sainon doesn't come or does come. But I think if you're Arizona, you have to add another veteran guard.
All right, who are these kind of other veteran guards you're looking at? No, you don't want Kerr. Stop.
Yeah, Kerr. No, I don't want to give a name. There's a guy out there that I think they would move on, that they're slow playing, but I don't want to give a name yet. Smith is going to Washington, from what I understand.
Ooh, by the way, Jeff Briggs. This I can confirm that Dylan is going to Creighton. I have inside information that he almost transferred there last year. Creighton, Scheer and I have talked about Dylan and Creighton. Creighton is the apex for Dylan, I believe. I believe that is the highest spot. You don't want to go to UConn. That is but that to me is, Creighton is good for Dylan. I don't know that Dylan can go to a higher level than Creighton. I think that would be okay for him.
I always say that, there's certain guys that need to be very careful in the portal. Right. Dylan is one of them, because if Dylan goes to a school and he doesn't play, he's going to wind up at a low-level school, right? So if he went to a UConn, which supposedly has offered him, bad choice, bad decision. Creighton, I think he could find some minutes in that offense.
Yes. By the way, Circle K is significantly better than QT. period, point blank. I don't go to QT. I only go to Circle K. The back the K move in. Plus, they have better gas prices. If you're part of the inner circle, you know, as the kids say, what is it? IYKYK, correct?
Mm-hmm. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you're part of the inner circle, you don't go into the inner circle and get out. Okay, AZ Wildcat fan. No, I'm not worried about this. I believe this is drastically overrated in college. Guess who also was a 6'6" power forward that didn't shoot well? Michael Wright. I would take Michael Wright back in a second. So there we go. Now, so this is good. Like I said, this is good news. It also goes to show you too that this staff can get who they want. Scheer. This staff has done a pretty good job. At first, it was, well, you only recruit Philly Bees. Then it was, well, you can't recruit domestically. Then after that, then it was like, well, you don't know what you're doing in the portal. Tommy Lloyd knows.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. The staff knows what he's doing. Like, it's the same thing with last year. Like, oh, we lost Demhard, the world is ending, and then they wind up just fine with Jaden Bradley and Caleb Love. And had they missed out on Townsend, I guarantee you there's a guy that we don't know about that they would have moved on Dylan Mitchell probably, right?
Oh,
and so they're gonna be fine.
They're going to be absolutely fine. Now, what's the portal? When will we know about Love and KJ? It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else.
It could be a couple weeks. You know, they don't think that either guy is going to drag out the process, but we'll see. I'll say this. KJ is saying everything like that would insinuate that he is coming back. Now, anything could happen in the draft process, but like he's recruiting guys to come to Arizona. He's working out. It's not he's gone situation.
All right, real quick, AZ Wildcat fan. Arenas was the only good shooter there. Jason Gardner was a volume shooter that was the epitome of a volume shooter who shot 32% from three his senior year. RJ was not a three-point shooter. Gilbert Arenas, I'll give you those other two. Go away. No. Now, Dylan Anderson, though, is the spacer. Are we really confident Caleb is coming back? No, I believe you.
No one said that.
If you were to ask me this, and again, this is all fluid. This is a fluid situation here. Again, fluid. You can see the fluid dripping from my eyes. That's how fluid this is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
at least it's your eyes.
Either way. Yeah, I was going to say this is, either way. Basketball doesn't change, Kobe Thiel. That 0-1 team would have stomped the crap out of everybody in college basketball. Nice try. But if you were to ask me, yes or no, is Caleb Love back? I would say yes. It's fluid. And I have no fluid. If you were to say, Mike, do you think there is more likely a 51% chance or a 49% chance? I'm going with the 51% chance.
That's fair. I'm down. I agree with you. Now, when we wake up tomorrow, that could change. That's how the process is. It's going to depend on his feedback and how much money he can get from Arizona and things like that.
Yes, but they want him back, and he has a good time here at the U of A. We very much like it. Now, we got to talk about KJ Lewis. I do not like KJ Lewis testing the waters. I am very, very selfish in these manners. I do not care. This is more about me than KJ Lewis, because once they start getting him behind the scenes, they see that he's 6'5", he's a freak athlete, he's got a nose for the ball. I don't like that, Scheer. We've been through this before with Dallin Terry.
Yeah, you're having a little bit of a meltdown, Mike. You're having a little bit of a meltdown. We're going to get through this together.
Yes.
You are of the assumption that KJ is gone until he's not, which I understand. I think it's safer as an Arizona fan to be like that, assume the worst. Yeah, I mean, look, the issue is the draft sucks, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if this was a normal draft, you wouldn't have any concern. There is a chance that with his athleticism and stuff, he grades out as a first-round pick. I don't think he will. I think he's more of a second-round pick type of dude, if that. And then he comes back. But, yeah, I mean, there's always that possibility.
Yeah, so I don't love it, but that's kind of where we're at. Now, real quick. So, again, this is a good day for Arizona basketball. Scheer, you are a converted spacer. This is true.
Yeah.
All right.
Space race.
Yeah, you're a converted spacer. You got through that rough stage in your life, and now you are back. Now you are back to where you need to be. Now, let's talk about. then we're going to go. We got a lot of Arizona football to get to, too. We're going to make fun of ASU, a great, great deal. But first, Scheer, are you to the point where you're in on the my bad Chip Hale movement?
No. I want to see what they do in the postseason. We've gone over this. If they win the regional, I think it's fair. I'll apologize. We did that already.
All right.
If they don't win a regional, who cares? It's the same. You know what I mean? You know what a regional is, Mike? You don't know what a regional is.
Oh,
dude.
I do know what the regional is. Absolutely.
What's a regional?
Before you get to the College World Series.
No, what's a regional though? What does it consist of?
You host a regional. Like you have like 4 teams or 8 teams or something. And yeah, I know it. I am right. I'm not lying.
4-team double elimination. If Arizona could do that.
I knew what it was.
They're not going to host, by the way. They will not host.
By the way, Erica Day, I have a very good idea that we could probably get something. We should have some kind of raffle. Win a date with Erica Day. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I think it's a very, very good idea. And all of the proceeds would go to the children or go to something like that. Win a date with Erica Day. But she has to sign off on it. That's the big thing. We're working on this behind the scenes. She does not know we're working on this behind the scenes. But, all right, now.
You like a raffle? Like
yeah, we're going to figure this. We are going to figure this out.
Win a date with Erica Day. Spend a day with Erica Day.
Oh, and it's very, very fun. Oh, we already got dibs on here again. This thing,
wow.
This would go like hotcakes.
Dude, this chat is about to crash with all these people.
Oh, seriously, Erica, we've got this one figured out. We're going to continue to work on this. Dibs, I agree with you. All right, now. Let's talk a little bit about. Well, we're going to talk more Arizona baseball tomorrow. But I just wanted to say Chip Hale, as somebody who has been from on Chip Hale bandwagon from day one, I claim victory. Okay, now let's see.
You know what a regional is?
Is Erica high maintenance? I'm going to let Erica. I'm not going to.
I think Erica's low maintenance.
Right. Yes. This explains the 280 lives in here. Look at these two. I just love the tension between these two. It's great.
You don't have to worry about Erica. You know. You just go out, whatever, you know. Erica's very independent. All
right, now let's talk about. I'd love to get Chip Hale on the show. All right, now let's talk about some Arizona football. We've got some very, very good news. But first, I do not believe that Arizona is going to get the Kentucky kid. And I keep getting people that are asking me about that. I do not believe that Arizona is going to
get Kentucky kid.
The or Boogie Fland or whatever his name is.
No, that's not a thing.
That's not a thing. That is not a thing. I have not heard anything about that. Just because
somebody. Or is it?
What's that?
Or is it?
Just because somebody reports it doesn't mean that it's true. All right, T-Mac's injury. Now, again, we saw him at practice yesterday, going around in the scooter and the leg cast thing. I haven't heard that it's anything serious, but I also don't like it anytime somebody's going around in a scooter.
Yeah, I mean, part of the scooter, I think, was like he was like really in the wide receiver drills. He wasn't participating, but he was watching and talking to other guys, and maybe they just didn't want him walking all over the field. You know, right. That could have been it. We don't know. Brendan does not comment on injuries, but we're going to push him a little bit on Saturday. Look, the reality is there's only yesterday's practice, tomorrow's practice, and Saturday's practice. I would hold everyone out. They're really banged up right now.
They're banged up, but so far so good. And we were talking about this. There's a very, very cautious optimism. We were talking about this in practice yesterday, in between talking about Portillo's with Mike Lowry came over. Mike Lowry and I, whenever, what is Mike Lowry's official title?
I just call him Mike Lowry. I don't know.
Yeah, but what is he like?
Video guy. Video guy, Mike Lowry.
He's been the video guy for like probably centuries here at the U of A. Whenever Mike Lowry and I see each other, all we do is talk about food. Period. That's literally all we do. And I'm going to go to this. Have you been to Roma's before, Scheer?
Yeah, used to go all the time when I lived over there. It's good.
Is it good?
Watch the comments. You ready? Everyone tell Mike about Roma Imports. He's lived here for his entire life and has never heard about it.
I've heard of it. I just never been there. Is it good? Everybody out there, tell me if this is good or not, because I do believe it is probably good.
Maybe we can arrange like a meet and greet with you and Erica at Roma Imports.
I mean, seriously, dude. I went to Johnny Gibson's Market the other day. That place is really, really good. I
I'm
like it a
proud of
lot.
you getting out a little bit, getting
Yeah,
away from the Del Tacos of the world.
yeah, I know. I liked it though. Del Taco's got, but I'm gonna get a cheeseburger today for the celebration. Very, very much so. Okay, now Arizona football got a nice commitment at the defensive tackle position. Jara Alexander, great name, played as a true freshman at the University of Memphis, got a sack and a half, 10 tackles. He is going to immediately hop into this defensive tackle rotation. And I think he's going to be one of the 3 or 4 players that are going to be in the defensive tackle rotation. Also, somebody else we got to talk about too here, Scheer, that I think a lot of people are missing out on is Kevon Darton out of Syracuse. He was one of the better interior pass rushers in the entire conference in the ACC last year. I think that he and Chuba are probably going to be your starters. It's just a guess. I have no inside information, but between Alexander and between Darton, you got some reinforcements coming in.
Yeah, I like Jar Alexander Bear. I think every guy with the last name Alexander.
Should we call him Bear too?
Yeah, the real
Bear,
Alexander.
yes, the real Bear.
I know you don't like PFF. I understand that, but he was a PFF All-American for G5 schools. He graded out very well. He's good. Like, they like him quite a bit. He had a nice offer list out of high school as well. I expect him to jump into the rotation right away. And all of a sudden, like you said, you have him, you have Chuba, you have Isaiah Johnson, you have Darton. I think they're going to add one more at least. That rotation is going to be pretty good interior-wise. I think they need to add a couple defensive ends as well. And I'm curious to see what they do with that.
Yeah, the defensive ends, that's going to be interesting. We could have some news on that one.
Right, it is Jara Anderson. So it's Bear Anderson, not Bear Alexander. I get it all confused.
Sorry. I do apologize on that. Jara Alexander. Yeah, exactly. You said Alexander and I said Anderson, didn't you? You messed it up, not me.
I messed it up. Look,
MLS Central, thank you for calling.
At 6 a.m. Let's just get, you know what I'm saying? 6 a.m.
Yeah. Scheer, you need to do better than this. No, I don't want Cormani McClain. Although that was Dion Armando Duarte, the great Armando Duarte has come back. Although that to me is the problem that I have with Dion is the Cormani McClain thing, where the kid just says like, basically I wanted, to go somewhere where there's not clicks. And then Dion releases like a diss tweet at him or something and says, "Oh, I got receipts on you." Dude, you're 50 plus years old. Act like an adult.
Wow.
That's where I'm kind of,
look at you.
I don't know, man. I just don't
think of adults. I think of you.
When you think of maturity, when you think of somebody that, rallies the troops, when you think of somebody who people just look to and they say, what would Mike Luke do? It's Mike Luke.
Yeah. WWMLD. What would Mike Luke do?
Perfect. Can you imagine? All right. But the D tackle position, I'm actually pretty cool with. Now, listen, losing BBN was a culture loss, but we've decided that Chuba is going to be that one, though, right? He's the new culture guy.
Wow. You shifted right there. You dropped BBN like a bad habit.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, the culture is going to be just fine. Chuba's that guy. His video the other day was hilarious when he went to players and said, "Let me see your browsing history."
Yeah. Chuba. All right. But either way, that's what we want from Chuba. So defensive ends. Here we're going to talk about. Obviously you have to add some defensive ends. So yes. You've got Trey Smith is going to start. Obviously defensive end out of San Jose State, has a long history at obviously with Brent Brennan. He's good. He's going to start. Then opposite that right now, it's probably Ty. But then after that, you don't have a lot of depth. You don't have a lot of burst. You don't have a lot of bend off the edge. That's where Arizona needs to go next.
Yeah, they need defensive ends badly. No offense to guys like Sterling Lane or whatever, but they need some experienced defensive ends that have produced at this level, even if it's a little bit, just so they know what they have. Because right now they don't have that guy.
Yeah, they don't have that guy. Hopefully, maybe that guy enters the portal. I don't know. We will find out. But, unless somebody enters the portal, we will not comment.
Yeah, we're not one of those other websites that'll comment on dudes not even in the portal.
That is not a good thing. I tried messaging that person, and very true story, Scheer. That is true. I went to practice the other day, and this person went away from me when I showed up, and then the second I left, he came back. This is true.
I have photographic evidence of this.
This is very true. All right, but either way, on a serious note, I think Arizona's defensive tackles, I'm starting to feel very good about. Defensive ends, you got to start, worrying. Obviously, you still got to get some depth there, because that is one thing, joking aside, that Arizona did really well is that they had so many dudes that you could just rotate in and out, whether it was Savea, whether it was Manoa, whether it was Deuce Davis, whether it was Isaiah Ward, et cetera. You got to get some more depth along the line. But Scheer, you said something very good in a text message earlier today when you're very good. Normally, most of Scheer's stuff is just crap. This was a good one. Where he said, I'm tired of having to explain that this coaching staff knows what they're doing. People will figure it out eventually. Scheer, you said that.
Yeah, I don't understand why people think, like, the football coaching staff is very smart. They're not dumb. Like, people are like, oh, they're only adding guys from San Jose State. No, they're not. Like, Olsen is good. There's rumors of possibly losing a tight end. This is a guy, Olsen, like Sam Olsen at tight end, who had offers from UCLA and Cal. He doesn't suck. Garcia, how many guys in the portal are going to be okay with possibly being a third quarterback, right? Like, none.
We're gonna get to one of those,
right? So there you go. There's another ad. You needed a long snapper because Cam Hawkins entered the portal. They knew what they were doing. They know they need linemen. They know they're going to be fine. There's a misconception that when the portal closes, you have to have your roster. And I was talking to someone on the coaching staff, you know who it is, yesterday, and he said the same thing that Matt Doherty used to say when Jed was here. And that is Scheer, that the days of the roster being completed by the end of spring ball are gone. Now your roster needs to be completed in August.
Look at Taylor Upshaw for perfect example. He had 8 sacks for Arizona last year, and he came here as an afterthought. That was the way it is. Yes, Damian Martinez is going to Miami. All right, now.
I will say this: I do find it interesting that, and I agree that Damian's going to Miami.
Is it fluid though? Is it fluid? Are you going to say it's fluid?
I find it interesting that Miami this past week has offered 2 running backs, two portal running backs.
Do we also find it interesting that Ole Miss is trying to get Quinshawn Judkins back, or whatever his name is?
Yeah, I'm just saying things. If you don't believe in coincidences.
Right. Adam Prim, by the way, Adam Prim has done God's work on this on Twitter. Prims is the man. Prims, put your Twitter handle on there again. This is probably, along with the Digital Dam, these are probably my 2 favorite followers the 2 favorite follows that I've got in the last 6 months, and they are for drastically different reasons. Prims, let's turn you into a superstar. Make this happen. Make this happen now. Okay, there you go. Prims XL. All right, now with Elijah Badger, Arizona.
He was at UW this past week.
He was at UW this weekend, exactly. Remember all those people when I said that? Remember all those UW fans that when I said I love how Jed keeps telling people that he's going to get T-Mac to Washington, and they're like, "Oh, we're not even recruiting running our wide receivers now. That's our most loaded unit." Well, what happened to that? Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Now we are going to get to all right. Now we're going to get to something that makes me laugh a lot. Short Bus. This is for you coming in, and Prim is the GOAT. Prim is absolutely fantastic.
Short Bus?
Yeah. Short Bus. That's Short Bus is an ASU diehard. He's actually a really good person. We give him a pass. But first, you know what else doesn't need a pass because it's accepted by everybody else?
What, Mike?
The BetMGM Sportsbook app. You would agree with this?
Every day I agree with it.
Yes. Check it out. The BetMGM Sportsbook app, the great thing about it is you can go on there and you might say, man, the Suns are a dumpster fire. They are a dumpster fire. By the way, I think they're going to lose in 5 now. That team.
Oh, at least you're giving them a win.
Yeah,
They'll win tomorrow.
Yeah. But that's about it, though. All right, now, here's the deal. Sign up for BetMGM. Use bonus code PHNX. Place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through the BetMGM Sportsbook mobile app for at least $10. You will receive up to 100 in bonus bets if the bet loses. Check out the show notes for details. And now let's hear the great Shane Diefenbach with the disclaimer.
Bets expire in 7 days. One new customer offer only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico. First bet offer for new customers only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in New York, Nevada, North Carolina, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
All right, Scheer. Do you want? I have the Clippers coming out of the Western Conference. They lost last night. Most people think that. I am stupid. Well, everybody thinks I'm stupid, but I believe I'm right on this, Scheer, and that's where I would go to BetMGM Sportsbook app. You as well.
Yeah, you're definitely wrong. The Clippers are not coming out of the West. It'll be the Nuggets. It'll be the Nuggets again.
You know, are you sure you don't want to go out on a limb and maybe say the
Wolves? I don't even have the Clippers. It's going to be the Wolves or the Nuggets.
Right. Yes, exactly. All right. But you know what else you don't need to worry about either, Scheer, is the Desert Financial Credit Union. That is the great thing about the Desert Financial Credit Union. It is basically here for the people, and they have all kinds of really good stuff. When you open a free checking account online, get $200 in bonuses. Get started by visiting desertfinancial.com/200 today. Join a credit union that, like Jason Scheer, is committed to giving back to the community and sharing success with the members. All right, now, Thunder coming out of the West. That's an interesting one. I could see that one. I could see that. What do you say?
I could see it. I don't know why you're picking the Clippers. I'll give you major credit if the Clippers come out of the West.
Hey, keep in mind though, last year, the year before, when nobody picked the Miami Heat to come out of the West. They didn't pick the Miami Heat to come out of the West either. Yeah, nobody did. And you know what? I was wrong about that.
Not one person. It's crazy.
All right, now we need to talk about something that's going on up the road. And I tried to get Anthony Totri on here to talk about this a little bit. He is
embarrassed. He's embarrassed.
He does not want to talk about it. Yes. So Jeff Sims. Now, it's just so people know out here, because I get some of these ASU dweebs. They're like, "Oh, Mike, yeah, I watch every Nebraska football game, every single one. My family is all from Nebraska. I grew up. Yes, I am very familiar with Jeff Sims. Scheer is very familiar with Jeff Sims because he watches all the Nebraska games generally because he knows about me.
Yeah, we text back and forth.
Listen, I'm sure he's a great dude. Always need to put that out there. I'm sure he's a great guy. You know, kids love him, all of that stuff. When Jacob Franklin, the great Jacob Franklin, texted me and he says, "This is amazing that Jeff Sims is visiting visiting ASU." I did not know what to say. This is a man, Jeff Sims. This is a stat here that I have never seen. I've never seen before in sport or in football. Has turned the ball. He had 28 possessions last year, and he turned the ball over 13 times. Direct turnovers for a 40% turnover rate. Direct from fumbles and interceptions. I say ASU needs to get him, and I say that you need to untap the potential. This is the epitome of activating the Valley.
Wild. Look, I almost think they should do it, because if Dillingham can make that, like, he's a backup. Obviously, he's a backup. If you were to ever play for ASU and look good, that should be Dillingham's number one recruiting pitch. I made Jeff Sims look like he was a good football player.
Yeah. All right, Short Bus. You're missing this one, and we are going to mock you accordingly before this. It's not even his throwing. It's that he can't hold on to the ball.
Didn't he fumble handing the ball off against like Purdue because he fell?
He fumbles handling the ball or handing the ball off. He can't, and that's not even counting lost fumbles. He had something like, full fumbles. He had something like 12 fumbles on the year too. And he only lost 5 of them. Maybe that's ball control. I don't know.
He was the worst Power 5 quarterback I saw last year. I watch a lot of college football. There wasn't anyone I could think of that was worse.
When I mean this seriously, and again, we are talking strictly about his skills. Sure, he's a great guy. But I've never seen anything like it. And we were watching this, like I said, we'd be watching these games, and Scheer and I would basically be like racing to see who could send exclamation points to each other quicker about the latest Jeff Sims. I'm just telling you.
We would literally predict fumbles. Like, that would be a game that we played. Like, will he turn it over on this snap?
Yes, and it was down to literally the snap. That's how impressive it was. Now, the great Jacob Franklin is going to enter the arena here. He knows this. Jacob Franklin has family in Nebraska. Jacob Franklin.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Jacob Franklin, you were the one that alerted me to this. Talk about your thoughts.
Yeah, Mike, I sent it to you because I share the same sentiments as you. I believe that he is quite possibly the worst quarterback in Power 5 football. I guess not even really Power 5 anymore. I watched a lot of Nebraska football. I can't say that I watched every single game, but almost every time I watched, he seemed to turn the ball over. It just was, he couldn't hang on to the football. And it wasn't even like, oh, I threw 150 times a game, right? Like somebody else mentioned, they were so bad that he had to throw a bunch of times a game. It's legitimately, he would drop back to pass and just like not even be close to his receiver when he'd throw the ball. It wasn't even close. He just threw it to the defensive player. Like it made no sense why he continued to play. And I think it's mostly because the backups, I mean, I guess, what was it? Henrik, whoever their backup was.
Heinrich Himmler. Heinrich Hairberg.
We call him the German missile. That's what we call him.
We call him the Panzer tank.
Yeah.
And Chuba Purdy. There was not a good quarterback really in that system at all. And so it was, but like he was pretty atrocious to watch.
Yes. So let me ask you this, Jacob Franklin, even though you have Jacob Franklin is a very, very smart person, multiple degrees from multiple institutions. At what point can we get you to disown the ASU degree and just claim Grand Canyon?
Never, because the ASU degree is the one that's actually getting me jobs.
Oh, wow.
Jacob, come on. What do we have to do?
That was harsh.
What do we have to do, Jacob Franklin?
There's nothing you can do. You probably should just stop trying.
All right, but let me ask. All right, so here's the question: what? Sun Devils pod was comparing Jeff Sims to Bo Nix. Fantastic.
They have arms. That's fair.
Yeah, they have arms for sure. They're over 6 foot. I would agree with that. Now, Jacob Franklin, what can we do to get Jeff Sims on the field for ASU next year? What can we do? There's got to be a way we can get him on the field.
No, I mean, the only way is if I'd imagine he'd be coming in to be the third string quarterback. So, I mean, the only way that he gets in is if Leavitt and Bourget were to go down with an injury, would be my guess.
But that's possible. It's
it is. It happened. I mean, Cam Scatabo and Jalen Conyers started games at quarterback last year for this team.
Here's what you got to ask yourself: if necessary, could Jeff Sims run the swinging gate play? I don't think he could.
I don't even want to answer that.
Oh, B-Cat, very, very good. I would rather send Jeff Sims to Washington. That's what we need. If we could have, let me ask you this. That's a very good question. If we could have Jeff Sims starting at ASU all season or at Washington all season, which one would we prefer?
Washington, easily Washington.
We need to have this one happen. Jacob Franklin, I appreciate you giving me that heads up because I immediately messaged Scheer. I was at Sauce when you messaged me, and I looked at it. I was like, oh my gosh! And then I sent it to Scheer, and I said Scheer with like 10,000 exclamation points. And then I tagged him. I'm like, man, we've got to have this. So Jacob, I need you guys to keep your ears to the ground. By the way, check out what time is the Sun Devils chat. By the way, we need
12:30 today.
12:30. Go ahead and check it out. Okay. Now, all right, Jacob Franklin, we appreciate you. I love when Jacob Franklin doesn't have his camera, and it seems like he's like God beaming down from like Moses talking to, or God talking to Moses and then like going down to like his people. It's very, very good. So, Jacob Franklin, we appreciate you. All right. Now,
wow. Thank you.
There is a golf tournament coming up here. A golf tournament. Jacob Franklin, show this golf tournament. Look at this. This could be you right here. These people are all having fun. Now, there were rumors that there was going to be a Totri fathead there. He will not be there as the he will not be there. I believe is the fathead, but it's a good thing. It's a lot of fun. Everybody has fun. Plus, look at these shirts right here. These shirts are very cool. Jacob Franklin will be playing golf, I believe. So if you want to see Jacob Franklin, then I believe that you should go to this. I think there's an excellent chance that he will be there. It is the Keep It 100 Golf Classic. Keep It 100, as the kids say. Check it out and become a PHNX diehard. No better time. You get the Discord. You get access to Jacob Franklin. We won't give out Jacob Franklin's phone number, but you're a little bit closer to Jacob Franklin. Plus, he would appreciate that. All right, Scheer, where can they find you?
WildcatAuthority.com, Wildcat Scoop Podcast with Shelby at Jason Scheer on Twitter. And Shelby wanted me to tell everyone, if you are in Tucson and you care about sports, they're actually having an open public meeting today from 5:30 to 7 at the U of A about the school president. So if you want to make sure the Board of Regents know sports is important, do your job.
That's where you go, because again, we don't want Michael Crow here. We do not want Michael Crow. Michael Crow makes my job very, very difficult. It makes Scheer's job difficult. We do not want a Michael Crow here.
I'm going to try to make Erica U of A president. That's my goal.
We are going to make Erica L. Day the leader of the University of Arizona, and I believe that this could happen. We will find this one out. But on that note, we will be back with you tomorrow, though. Very, very good stuff. Check out those Circle K chips, by the way. They're very, very tasty.
I'm on it.
They're very tasty.
I expect you. Aurora has a 1.5 hour dance show tonight. I will see you there.
I will not be there.
Oh, okay.
I will not be there. Okay. But was it Aurora, though, still is lucky I have not pressed a lawsuit against her.
Yeah, I'll see you. It's at Mountain View at 7. I'll bring Circle K chips. I'll say you.
Circle K chips. All right. We appreciate it. All right, everybody out there, we've done very, very good work. We will talk with you tomorrow. Bear down, back the A, and let's get this Jeff Sims trade rolling, man. We've got to have this. We have got to have this. You have been listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.